The engine coolant temperature sensor is a small but mighty part of your car's system. Its job? Keeping an eye on the coolant temperature and feeding that information straight to the engine control module. That module then adjusts the air-fuel mixture to make sure your engine runs just right, whether it's warming up on a cold morning or cruising on a hot summer day. Like any other sensor, the ECT can wear out or fail over time, and when it does, you'll start seeing some engine troubles. Maybe your fuel economy takes a hit, your car struggles to start, or it overheats without warning. A bad coolant sensor can mess with everything from performance to emissions, and if left unchecked, it can lead to bigger problems down the road. Knowing the signs early can save you time, money, and a whole lot of frustration. It's the Car Problems YouTube channel. Subscribe and let's get started. Check engine light. One of the first signs that your coolant temperature sensor is acting up? That check engine light popping on. If the car's computer notices something off in the sensor's circuit, it'll light up the dashboard, telling you it's time to take a closer look. When that light comes on, don't just ignore it. Hook up an OBD2 scanner and check the trouble codes. It'll point you in the right direction and tell you whether the sensor's got a problem or if something else is causing the issue. Catching it early can save you from bigger headaches down the road. Electrical cooling fans not coming on. Some cars rely on the engine coolant temperature sensor to kick on the electric cooling fans. Most vehicles have two separate sensors, one for the fans, one for the dashboard gauge. That way, each system gets the right data without interference. But if your car runs everything off a single sensor, a bad one can cause real trouble. If it fails, your fans might not start when they should, leading to overheating issues before you even notice. Hard start condition. When you turn the key, your engine relies on the right amount of fuel to fire up. If the air-fuel mixture isn't dialed in properly, you might be stuck with hard starts, or worse, no start at all. A faulty coolant temperature sensor can throw off that balance, tricking the engine into thinking it's hotter or colder than it really is. That leads to either too much fuel flooding the cylinders or not enough to get things going. I've seen cars struggle in the morning because the sensor was feeding bad data, making the engine run too lean. Other times, it dumps extra fuel in, causing rough starts and wasted gas. If your car is suddenly tough to start, checking that little sensor might just save you a whole lot of headaches. Poor idling. When the engine coolant temperature sensor starts acting up, it can mess with the air-fuel mixture in ways you don't see right away. At low speeds, you might feel the engine vibrate or shake. It's struggling because the mix isn't right. This kind of imbalance can lead to power losses and all sorts of strange behaviors, from rough idling to hesitation when accelerating. Engines are especially picky about fuel mixtures at idle. If the sensor is feeding bad data, your car might run too rich or too lean, throwing everything off. Sometimes it's subtle, but other times you'll know something isn't right just by how the car feels in your hands. Catching it early can save you from bigger trouble down the road. Poor engine performance. The engine coolant temperature sensor plays a big role in keeping your air-fuel mixture just right. If it starts sending the wrong signals, your engine can struggle, running too rich or too lean. And when that happens, performance drops, sometimes drastically. If your car isn't pulling like it used to, hesitates when accelerating, or just feels sluggish overall, that little sensor might be to blame. Left unchecked, it can mess with fuel efficiency, throttle response, and even emissions. Catching it early means saving yourself from bigger headaches down the road. Engine overheats. The cooling fan, sitting right behind the radiator grill, is responsible for pulling heat away from the engine's coolant. It's electrically controlled and takes its marching orders from the onboard computer, switching on when temperatures start climbing. But if the computer gets bad data, say from a failing coolant temperature sensor, the fan might not kick on when it should. That's a one-way ticket to an overheating engine. Some vehicles have a separate temperature sensor dedicated just to the fan, but plenty rely on the same sensor for both engine management and cooling. When that sensor goes bad, you're left playing a dangerous guessing game with heat that can turn into major trouble fast. Catching it before things boil over can save you from a roadside meltdown. Black smoke from the exhaust pipe. When the engine coolant temperature sensor starts sending bad signals, the ECU can get fooled into enriching the fuel mixture way more than necessary. That can throw the whole combustion process off balance, making it harder for the engine to run smoothly. Too much fuel means some of it won't burn properly inside the cylinders. It ends up in the exhaust, where it ignites and causes thick black smoke. If you're seeing that kind of smoke rolling out of your tailpipe, chances are your engine is running way too rich. Ignoring it can lead to clogged catalytic converters, fouled spark plugs, and even poor overall performance, so catching it early can save you a whole lot of trouble. Poor mileage. A bad engine coolant temperature sensor can throw off the whole system, feeding false data to the onboard computer. If the sensor tells the ECU that the engine is colder than it really is, the computer will compensate by dumping extra fuel to warm things up. Trouble is, the engine doesn't actually need that excess fuel, and now you've got wasted gas, sluggish performance, and a hit to fuel economy. Over time, running too rich can lead to carbon buildup, fouled spark plugs, and even clogged catalytic converters. What starts as a small sensor issue can turn into a costly mess if ignored. Catch it early, swap in a good sensor, and save yourself from a headache down the road. Replacing a coolant temperature sensor isn't usually expensive. It'll run you anywhere between $50 and $250 depending on your car and labor costs. The sensor itself is pretty affordable, typically around $30 to $100, and a good quality one like Bosch can be found for about $40. Sure, you can grab a cheaper one, but trust me, skimping on quality might lead to more headaches down the road. Swapping out the sensor is usually straightforward, but there's a catch. You might have to drain and refill the coolant, and that means bleeding air out of the system afterward. That part can get tricky if you're not careful. If you've got a quick hand though, you might be able to replace the sensor without losing too much coolant, but that takes a bit of skill. And here's a word to the wise: never try this with hot coolant. Give the engine time to cool down before you dive in, or you'll be dealing with burns instead of a simple fix. Diagnosing a coolant temperature sensor isn't too complicated if you know where to look. First, grab the repair manual for your car. It'll tell you the expected measurement values for the sensor. Then, hook up an OBD2 scanner and check for trouble codes. If the sensor's reading is way off, there's a good chance it's causing problems. To get hands-on, locate the sensor using your service manual, then unplug the connector. If it's a 2-pin sensor, you can measure the resistance between those pins with a multimeter. Compare that reading to the correct value for your engine's temperature. If it's way off, swap in a new sensor. If the reading checks out, start inspecting the wiring and connectors between the sensor and the ECU. A loose connection or damaged wire can mess with signals just as much as a bad sensor. Catching it early keeps things running smoothly and saves you the hassle of bigger repairs down the line. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.